Okay, let's dive in. We're heading to a galaxy far, far away today.
Right, but the themes, the conflicts,
Yeah,
they feel surprisingly close to home.
exactly. Our source is an excerpt from Jude Watson's Star Wars, Jedi Quest 10, The Final Showdown.
A really interesting piece.
Yeah, and the focus is this Jedi mission to capture two criminals, Granta Omega and Genazen Arbor, on Korriban, the ancient Sith homeworld.
But it's more than just a capture mission, isn't it?
Oh, definitely. It's deeply personal for Anakin Skywalker. His internal struggles are maybe just as dangerous as the Sith ghosts or battle droids.
And that's where it gets fascinating. You have these huge external pressures, a galaxy at war, this specific mission, and then a really controversial Jedi Council decision lands right in the middle of it.
Yeah.
And it just amplifies everything Anakin's dealing with internally. Ambition, disappointment. It really makes you think, how do you handle that without, well, losing your way?
So that's our mission for this deep dive. Trace Anakin's path on Korriban, from the planet itself to the betrayals, the choices.
And see what lessons pop out about leadership, friendship, and, yeah, the dark side.
Let's get into it. So picture this. The galaxy is tense. There's been this horrific attack on the Senate, 21 senators killed.
And the Jedi suspect a Sith Lord is involved, pulling the strings.
Right. And Palpatine is urging discretion, so the Jedi Council is prepping this critical mission, kind of under the radar, to Korriban.
This ancient Sith world, steeped in dark history, not exactly a holiday spot.
No kidding. And right before they go, we get this glimpse of the Padawans, Anakin and Truvel. They're, like, meticulously checking their gear.
True's checking his lightsaber, Anakin's making adjustments.
Yeah, and sharing snacks, these Tirada things. It's described as this small human routine.
Something to hold on to, right, to steady their nerves before heading into something huge and unknown.
It really grounds them, shows you the immense pressure they're under, even before the mission truly begins.
It connects that big galactic tension to something very personal, very human. That fear isn't just abstract, it's right there in the room with them.
Then they get the summons. The council room. Masters Obi-Wan, Rygal, Sawar-Antana.
And Padawans Ferus Olin and Siritachi, too.
The council lays it out. Mission confirmed. Korriban. They admit they underestimated Granta Omega.
A dangerous admission. Shows the stakes are even higher than thought.
And then comes the big one. The council says because the dark side is gathering strength, they're accelerating the Jedi trials for Padawans.
Ah, and Anakin hears this.
And immediately thinks, it's me. He's convinced he's the chosen one, the best, right? The source says his heart swells with excitement. He's ready.
But the council, they have deliberated.
And they name Ferus Olin as the first Padawan to undergo the trials.
Oof, not Anakin.
Not Anakin. He's just floored, utterly shocked. The words, it says, have no meaning to him.
And that reaction is so revealing. It's not just disappointment, it's disbelief, anger.
A feeling of being totally unseen, despite everything he thinks he is.
Exactly. It raises questions about merit versus, perceived entitlement. The council even tries to soften it, saying it doesn't reflect badly on others.
But Anakin can't hear that. His pride is just too wounded.
Which leads directly to that confrontation with Obi-Wan.
Yeah, in the Room of the Thousand Fountains. Usually a calming place, right?
Not this time.
Anakin just explodes. I am first. First in class. First in lightsaber training. First in the Force. All his credentials.
And Obi-Wan, who rarely raises his voice, actually shouts back, that is not the point either. The fact is, he is ready.
And that's the crushing blow for Anakin, isn't it? The realization that Obi-Wan, his own master, agreed with the council.
Yeah, the text describes it like a sharp prod from an electro-jabber, a real betrayal in Anakin's eyes.
Obi-Wan tries to caution him about his anger, but Anakin's already gone too far.
He uses the Force, suspends the water in the fountains, a raw display of power, but also uncontrolled emotion.
And he makes that vow. I will make them know they made a mistake.
Chilling. It's this potent mix of ambition, disappointment, and now resentment. It's setting the stage for everything that happens on Korriban.
Definitely. How is this inner turmoil going to play out on a planet literally radiating dark side energy? That's what we need to see.
Great, let's follow them there.
So the team splits up, two cruisers heading for Korriban. And Obi-Wan is watching everyone.
He notices the weariness, right? Not just in himself, but in the others.
Yeah, masters, Padawans. They're all hardened by past missions, past losses. He feels old, it says, this strange weariness from constantly being vigilant against the dark side.
Even Yoda's farewell is silent, almost like a premonition.
It's important context. They aren't going in fresh. They're carrying baggage, trauma.
Which could make them more vulnerable to Korriban's influence, couldn't it? That collective weariness.
Absolutely. Then they arrive, hyperspace ends, and there's Korriban. Obi-Wan calls it marooned in space, a source of evil.
He feels its sick sweetness that attracts and repels him at the same time.
And landing at the spaceport, Dresh Day, it just confirms the feeling. Grim, dark, dangerous, lawless. The place itself feels corrupting.
And that internal conflict within the group, especially Anakin, it doesn't take long to surface again.
Nope. Right there on the landing platform, checking equipment, Anakin starts taunting Ferus about the Knighthood trials.
Implying he's showing off needs the extra help.
Yeah, it gets heated. They even make a bet who finds Granta Omega first. Anakin's resentment is just burning. He wants to prove he's the better Jedi.
And you see Korriban's influence here, maybe. It's not just creating external threats. It seems to be amplifying the negative stuff inside them.
Like pouring fuel on Anakin's jealousy and pride.
It becomes a psychological battleground almost immediately. The planet itself seems to be testing them, pushing their buttons.
So they need intel. They meet this nervous contact, Tilron Thacker, in some dingy cafe.
Doesn't offer much help, does he? Just points them towards a black market dealer named Aubin.
And warns them about the Commerce Guild army and their surveillance droids everywhere. Adds another layer of danger.
Okay, so Anakin and Ferus go to find Aubin.
Pretending to be stranded brothers. They have this fragile truce. But Anakin's still thinking, if only I was alone, I could get ahead of Ferus.
Always competing.
Always. Their meeting with Aubin gets interrupted, though. Commerce Guild droids attack.
And Anakin reacts instantly.
Oh, yeah. Lightsaber out, deflecting blaster fire like lightning. Aubin's impressed. She leads them into this ancient Sith monastery nearby for cover.
And inside, Anakin feels it.
A powerful dark side presence. He hears or feels one voice warning him away, but another, deeper voice.
Urging him deeper inside. Temptation.
Exactly. A chance to match himself against it, the source says. It's that lure again. Prove his strength.
That's a key moment.
Yeah.
The dark side isn't just this external monster, it's whispering promises, playing on his desire to prove himself.
Offering power as the solution to his wounded pride.
And he's tempted to take it.
Okay, so the Masters follow Anakin and Ferus into this Sith monastery. Obi-Wan's taking it all in, the oppressive design.
Built to intimidate, right. Keep people off balance. Classic Sith architecture ruled by fear.
And Master Rygol gets separated. Struggles with a narrow passage.
Yeah.
Adds to the tension.
Meanwhile, Aubin, the contact, is talking to Anakin and Ferus. Admits she gets spooked living there alone.
Yeah, she's cagey about Omega until Ferus mentions paying for info. Money talks, even on Korriban.
But then the Commerce Guild army breaks through their defenses.
Right. Obi-Wan has to make a quick call. He splits the team again. He, Siri, and Sawara will fight the droids.
While True and Dara go with Anakin and Ferus, following Aubin through a hidden passage.
They end up in this huge hangar, just filled with ancient, wrecked Sith ships.
And facing a lot of battle droids. Reinforced ones. Overwhelming odds.
Anakin's first instinct. Charge in. Heroic attack.
But Ferus pulls him back. Look at the odds, Anakin. We retreat.
They manage to coordinate this daring attack from up high on these massive statues. But then Chew and Dara emerge too soon.
And it forces a full-on fight down below.
And this is where you really see Anakin's power. He fights incredibly, reaching for the Force everywhere, in the stones, the dust, and very air he breathed.
The source makes it clear. He's just leagues ahead of Ferus in raw power. Ferus's connection feels puny compared to Anakin's.
Yeah, it's undeniable.
Yeah.
But is it guided? Anakin knows their chances are slim, but he thinks this is how a true Jedi is revealed. Through grand gestures.
That link between his power, his ego, and his recklessness, it's right there. Is that power an asset, or is it actually a liability if it's not tempered with wisdom?
A crucial question. Because right then, in the middle of the fight, True gets hit, he's wounded.
A critical moment.
And at that exact moment, Anakin spots him. A dark-robed figure. Granta Omega. Making a run for it.
And Anakin chooses.
He chooses. He leaves True, leaves Dara, leaves Ferus fighting, and goes after Omega, alone.
Driven by that need to be the one.
Well,
to win the bet, to prove himself.
The Masters arrive just after. They see the wreckage, find Ferus tending to the wounded True. Obi-Wan instantly feels the Sith's presence nearby.
And knows Anakin went after him.
He finds Anakin, who's just been thrown violently by the Sith. It shows how powerful this enemy really is.
But Anakin doesn't care. He wants to face the Sith, even alone, despite Obi-Wan's warnings.
The Sith escapes, though, throwing old vehicles at them with the Force to block the path.
So Anakin has to go back to the group.
And he tries to justify it. I saw someone trying to escape. I had to go after him.
But Ferus calls him out. Points to True's injury, the danger Dara was in because Anakin left.
And privately, Anakin admits it to himself. He had wanted to win.
That's a huge moment of failure, isn't it? Ethical failure, self-deception.
His ambition completely overrode his duty to his friends, his team.
The seeds of that darker path are definitely sprouting now, prioritizing personal glory over their safety.
It's a major turning point. Then they find Aubyn's body.
In a newly landed Sith cruiser, she's dead.
But she's clutching a micro-holo recorder. Omega's message to his master.
Confirming the Sith Lord's direct involvement, Omega was just a pawn, and it gives their meeting point, the Valley of the Dark Lords.
Obi-Wan uses the Force, feels Omega's energy now, knows exactly where he is.
But before they go, Anakin overhears something else.
Yeah, True talking to Ferus, confessing his lightsaber was damaged before the mission even started.
And Ferus secretly fixed it for him, kept it quiet.
True says he didn't go to Anakin because, well, he figured Anakin would keep the secret, and True wanted to be part of the mission, faulty saber or not. Ferus, the rule follower, broke the rules for him.
And how does Anakin react?
He feels betrayed. Again, angry that True confided in Ferus, that they have this bond.
But does he see his own part in it? The fact that his own earlier anger might have made True hesitant to come to him in the first place? Or that he forgot to remind True to check the saber?
Doesn't seem like it. The source mentions he'd forgotten to tell True to check a specific part because he was so wrapped up in his own anger earlier. But now he just feels betrayed by them.
That lack of self-awareness is dangerous. He sees himself as the victim, pushing himself further away.
Okay, so they head into the Valley of the Dark Lords, and bam, ambush.
Tukata beasts. Nasty creatures described in the book. Huge, triple rows of teeth, massive claws.
Yeah, vicious. Anakin gets stung, but manages to take one down. He and Obi-Wan fight side by side, some impressive teamwork there for a moment.
They get inside the Sith tombs, but the attacks continue. This time, psychological.
Dark side visions. Anakin sees his mother, Shmi, blaming the Jedi for taking him away.
Obi-Wan sees Qui-Gon accusing him of failing Anakin, hitting them where it hurts most.
They navigate energy traps, and then finally they confront Omega and Zen Arbor.
Omega's full of himself, bragging about his father Xanatos, another Jedi enemy.
And then the Sith Master activates these Korriban zombies, undead Sith warriors. Omega grabs an E-Web heavy blaster. Chaos erupts.
And in that chaos, Dara makes her choice.
A selfless one. She sees Omega aiming for Ferus. She leaps in front of the blaster bolt.
And takes the fatal hit. Sacrifices herself.
It's utterly tragic, and you see how everything connects, right? Anakin leaving earlier, True's saber being faulty, Ferus trying to fix it, keeping the secret.
And Dara's own courage. It all culminates in this moment. It shows the real devastating price of all those choices, the good intentions and the selfish ones.
It's the heavy consequence of the whole mission laid bare.
While this is happening, Obi-Wan faces Omega. He's still partially blinded from an earlier blast.
Has to rely purely on the Force, his training. Omega overloads his own blaster in his hubris.
And Obi-Wan strikes him down. It's over, he says.
But the Sith Lord, the real power, he's gone. Retreated, abandoned Omega.
Leaving the Jedi with the aftermath. Dara, dead. Sawara holding her. True in anguish. Ferus, utterly heartbroken and blaming himself.
Saying that living with it is his punishment. Heavy stuff.
Incredibly heavy. The mission is over, but the cost is immense.
So they return to the temple. Mission status, partial success. Omega's dead, Zen Arbor captured, but the Sith Lord got away.
And the Council isn't happy about the whole lightsaber incident. They feel uneasy with the conduct of Ferus and True.
So they cancel the accelerated Knighthood program, acknowledge they made a mistake, rushing things.
True gets censured. And Ferus.
He resigns, leaves the Jedi Order entirely. He can't shake the guilt, believes he's responsible for Dara's death because he fixed True's saber in secret.
That line, I must go on living, that is my punishment. Just devastating.
Anakin tries to talk to True, maybe smooth things over.
But True cuts him off.
Yeah.
Reveals he suspected Anakin knew about the faulty lightsaber all along and chose not to help him fix it before the mission.
Wow.
True tells Anakin, I think I'm truly seeing you for the first time. And just like that, their friendship is shattered. Gone.
That's the real price Anakin paid, isn't it? For his ambition, his pride, his lack of accountability.
Exactly. Lost trust, lost friendship, Ferus carrying that immense burden of guilt. It all traces back to that tangled mess of choices on Korriban. Small betrayals leading to huge consequences.
Meanwhile, Obi-Wan talks to Anakin about the canceled trials. He actually praises Anakin's bravery for facing the Sith.
But he adds a warning, right, about taking a life. He says he did it as a last resort, but questioned if it was right. He doesn't want Anakin finding satisfaction in killing.
And he ends by saying, "I'm proud of the Jedi you have become," trying to affirm the good he sees.
But Anakin's internal reaction is something else entirely.
Yeah, it's chilling. He doesn't feel remorse or learn humility. He feels the mission, despite all the loss, has strengthened him.
Giving him a harder edge.
A resolve to never be helpless like that again. He starts envisioning surpassing Obi-Wan, imagining his master's slow surprise at his true power.
And he decides something truly dark. He anticipates losing his heart, shutting down his emotions so he won't feel the pain of loss anymore.
Vowing to push them down until they didn't matter anymore.
That's the core of it. Obi-Wan sees outer growth, maybe some maturity and facing danger, but inside, Anakin is turning towards coldness, detachment, control, all fueled by the pain and disappointment of Korriban.
This deep dive really shows those early, painful steps towards Vader, doesn't it? How those choices, those unaddressed feelings, they start the transformation.
Absolutely. It's a powerful look at how internal demons and external pressures can twist even someone with immense potential.
So wrapping this up, what does it all mean for you listening?
Well, it's a stark look at that slippery slope of ambition, isn't it? And how our choices ripple outwards.
It shows how even the most gifted people can get lost if they don't confront their own flaws, especially when things get tough or they feel wronged.
What a journey we've traced. High-stakes action, sure, but the real drama was internal.
Yeah, this source material really packed a punch.
It underscores how environments like Korriban can just amplify what's already inside us, and how leadership decisions, like the council's, can have huge unintended consequences.
Makes you think about your own motivations, right? When you face disappointment or that urge to prove yourself.
Definitely. That struggle between light and shadow, it's not just in space operas, it starts inside.
So the question lingers, doesn't it? What do you take away from Anakin's experience on Korriban?
How do you handle those moments where ambition clashes with integrity, especially when you feel overlooked?
Lots to chew on there. We hope this deep dive gave you some food for thought.
Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for joining us on the deep dive. Until next time, keep exploring, keep questioning, and maybe keep an eye on those inner conflicts.